Alright, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online. So, if you haven't caught up with the past few episodes, Part 7 was when we finished up the main story. So if you're only interested in that, check the link in the description, and there'll be a playlist so you can watch everything in order. But, as you may imagine, we are continuing on, and we're going to try to do as close to 100% as possible. And by that, I mean, like, get all the Sky Shard shrines and all that stuff. Do all the side quests and whatnot. So, yeah, we have a few more quests to do. Overall, this was a short series, and I thought it was pretty good, actually. So, yeah, it's definitely something to check out if you were thinking of it. Definitely, on a scale of, like, 10, I would say it's right under the Morrowind and Orsinium, but higher than Thieves Guild and Brotherhood, so like right in the middle. I enjoyed it. So yeah, let's go do this quest and find Raynor. By the way, they had a server maintenance yesterday, and it was like the most minor thing where they just apparently they screwed up the French client where there was no voices. That seems pretty important too. But apparently it's fixed now, so that's all good. And then some other, like, restarting the server, which always, I think it fixed the lag and stuff that I've been having the past 2 days.
Kirith doesn't appreciate my contributions to our partnership. She thinks I'd be lost without her. Well, I'll show her. My superior intellect easily outshines her bravado and daring do. But what brings you out here, my friend? That's a generous offer, but I find your sudden arrival somewhat convenient. Did my sister send you after me? She really does think I'm as helpless as a newborn scrib without her, doesn't she? It's a fascinating place, isn't it? So much to see and learn. People in the Brass Fortress told me about a number of sites. We simply have to go and see them for ourselves. The possible discoveries, they boggle the mind. Shall we go explore? There are a number of locations I want to examine. I added them to your map. Lead on, and I will follow. Don't worry. I'll provide any assistance I can, but I have to admit I'm not much of a fighter. That's more Kirith's area of expertise. Same way as you, I imagine. We were looking for the ruins of Balm's Amshend beneath Mournhold when we came across a tiny city inside a clockwork globe. Needless to say, I knew what it was the moment I saw it. The shrinking made me queasy, though. She also thinks I'm stubborn, antisocial, and a pain in the nether regions. I admit I acquiesced to Naramo's leadership. He has experience, wisdom, qualities that come naturally to someone of his age. To do less would have been disrespectful. Devaith Fear offered to teleport us out of here when we're ready, so that's one option. I plan to find our own way out, though, just in case. After I prove to Kirith that I'm capable of investigating a site on my own. With your help, of course. Stern, physically intimidating. To be honest, she scares the scrib jelly out of me. Did you know she was once an Imperial battle mage? During the Riemann dynasty, while fighting in some war, a spell went awry and threw her through time and space. Eventually, Sothasil found her. She was severely injured, but he restored her using supplemental clockwork body parts. Soul gems power the parts, as with any other enchanted item. She's received so many replacements, she's functionally immortal.
Alrighty, so where are we going? So we gotta investigate 3 different areas. All out, separated, in the middle of nowhere. But we'll do it, because this guy is our friend. By the way, I have 39 out of 200 crystals, and when you get 50 of them, you can change your weapon, the trait of it. And as much as I really didn't like the idea of it, but since it's here, gonna change it. Probably gonna change my vicious Ophidian daggers that I haven't been able to get in 3 years. You know, I've never seen that before, actually. That must have been quest only.
Marvels. There! Did you hear it? The same tone that the central spire emits during the night cycle. Let me tell you what I discovered before we move on. Did you notice the perfect symmetry? The total roundness of the form? And the way it reacted to simple, magical impulses? Incredible! If memory serves, the chimes sounded similar to the ones that ring in the brass fortress. Applying magic to the sphere provoked an aural response. Perhaps Sotha Seal utilizes different frequencies of sound to perform his divine workings. On the other hand, Lord Set might just appreciate good music. Tribunal doctrine strictly defines the consequences of questioning the methods and mechanisms of our living gods. The apostles here in the Clockwork City emulate Sotha Seal in their own ways. So any questions I ask seem tame by comparison.
Alrighty, next one. Then we can also get the Sky Shard around here too. Everyone's running with their little fly thingy out. You get it by just starting the story, I believe. By the way, I got trolled yesterday doing the asylum thing. I got an ice staff and it's sharpened. Feels bad. The trial itself is actually really easy. It takes like, what, 15 minutes to clear? And I'm just like so unlucky with the drops. It's sad. Oh, there's a delve down here. We'll do the delve. I just need to get this crystal thingy first, or whatever. The Veil of Tears.
I wonder how the lubricant winds up in the veil. Every time I answer one question, 3 more appear to take its place. I'm glad you asked. I surmise that a correlation exists between the lubricant and the dead organic matter inevitably created in the Clockwork City. It has to go somewhere. I speculate that those pumps distribute the grease throughout the complex. Ah, but the fabricants consist of both flesh and machine, and so do the apostles. While the Dwemer were masters of mechanical construction, Lord Set took it a step further by adding living material to the mix. Kirith... No, never mind.
Alright, let's go do the delve over here. It'll be hopefully short. Oh, the delve is hidden. Alright then. There's a quest down there too. Ooh, there's a crate. Oh.
I shouldn't have let Varia go in there alone. When a Clockwork Apostle discovers an unexplainable phenomenon, it can be a moment of unbounded joy or utter terror. That strange portal over there definitely falls into the second category. Portals aren't a common occurrence in the Clockwork City. When Acolyte Varia and I approached to investigate, I had a sudden urge to leap inside. I was able to resist its pull, but Varia stepped through the portal and hasn't returned. I need to make sure no one else wanders into the portal. But maybe you could go in and find Acolyte Varia. This perception tabulator automatically records whatever you experience and should be able to locate my associate. Take it and use it well. Step into the portal when you're ready. The perception tabulator will locate Varia and lead you back to Clockwork City after you complete your investigation.
Ooh, fancy.
I'll study the phenomenon from out here and make sure no one else enters the portal. Mysterious? I would say it falls more into the suspicious category, what with the fact that it tried to lure me inside. Anyway, we were patrolling this quadrant of the radius, and when I noticed the portal out of the corner of my eye.
Alright, so this is actually my first time going into a delve in Clockwork City, so I wonder how it looks. Like, does it look fancy? Or is it like a typical cave dungeon like everything else? Ooh. Probably switch back. What is this place? Cracked wood cave or something down in Stonefall? This seems like that. That's not a crocodile. Actually, I read the patch notes, but don't remember what kind of sets you can get in here. Still unsure of what we're like. Okay. We're just like looking for tablet thingies. That's actually kind of scary.
The great gear turns in my favor for a change. You have a perception tabulator. Did Adjunct Darrow send you to find me? Of course he did. Listen carefully, and there might still be time to realign this befouled contraption. That should be the least of your concerns. If you don't do exactly what I tell you, you'll end up like me. Then who will protect the Clockwork City from this oblivion infestation? You need to destroy the Shadow Array. Some foul device that Night Sister Chimera uses to lure people into the Shadow Cleft and bind them to these scarecrows. If you can destroy it, we'll be set free. Without the Shadow Array, Nocturnal's plans will be set back or even foiled completely. Not so loud. Nocturnal has ears everywhere. She's one of the Daedric princes. They aren't supposed to be able to breach the Clockwork City's defenses, but nothing works properly anymore. Hurry! You must destroy the Shadow Array.
Feels like I've been protecting this field for hundreds of years. but I'm certain I just entered this realm a day or so ago. What an odd question. I spotted a portal that should not have been there, and I entered it to see where it led. I determined that this shadow cleft is part of the Everglow. How I wound up trapped in a scarecrow, well, that's still somewhat hazy. You've never heard of the Everglow? It's the Oblivion realm that belongs to Nocturnal, the Night Mistress. I'm sure this shadow cleft represents some sort of attack on the Clockwork City, but there's only so much I can determine in my current state.
You know, now that I think of it, after beating the main story, I know all of this, but if I were to do the side quest before I finished it, it would probably be more of a surprise to me.
I see you have one of our perception tabulators. Continue your investigation and make sure that device gets into the hands of a Clockwork apostle. Be careful. If you end up infused with a scarecrow, then everything you learn will be lost.
How dare you interrupt my vigil? What nonsense impels you to such a rash and impetuous action? You dare question the sacred duty that has been placed before me? I'll have you know What am I doing here? What is this place? I remember coming to the Clockwork City when a teleportation ritual went awry. I was looking for a way out when I noticed a strange portal appear in the radius. It called to me. Next thing I know, I'm standing guard over this empty field. I remember that you interrupted my vigil. If my attention wavers for even a moment, those crows will take advantage and strip this field to the ground. Leave me! There are secrets in the dark and the night is here!
Okay. That looks like the boss, guys. I actually need to restock on potions as well. Okay, maybe I went a little too crazy with that.
You did well. Now return to the Clockwork City and let Darrow know what you learned.
That was kind of a sad one, actually. They're all dead. Wasn't there like a teleporter that took us out of here when we finished? That's a kind of cool staff, actually. Oh yeah, we're not done. We still gotta get the Sky Shard. I forgot about that completely. That chest respawned pretty quickly, actually. Oh. Oh my god. Apparently one of them died because they saw the XP. 2 of them died. Alrighty, so how does one get out of here now? Is it this way? Okay, so that leads there, then I cross. Can you actually get through here, or is that a no? Seems like a no-go. So many enemies in here. Quite a bit of XP though, but I just want to get out of here.
You returned. I must admit, I wasn't sure you'd be able to do that. Do you have the perception tabulator? And what of Acolyte Varia? Were you able to locate her in there? Dead? Shadow array? I suppose the perception tabulator will explain everything. I'll study it right away. In the meantime, take this. A little something for helping the Clockwork Apostles today.
Alright, so that's done. Now we gotta go do this one. It's down here. I think it's faster to just take a shrine, so let's go do that. Why are there still so many Shadow Wolves things? Oh god, where is it? Oh, it's still farther. Ooh, that's above. All right.
I saw this from a distance and was instantly intrigued. There's no rhyme or reason to its function. At least none that I can ascertain. Maybe one day I can return with an entire team. What a magnificent monolith! I wonder if the workings extend into the subterranean levels below us. Maybe that's where the true functioning takes place. That's what I've been pondering since making my meticulous inspection of the site. It's a conundrum. Despite what that Slagtown trader told me, I don't see any method for determining what time it is. Kirith suggested, no, I can do this without her. Kirith uses intuition and leaps of logic instead of sound deductive reasoning. But it works for her. More often than not, actually. She thinks the tower is part of a vast underground mechanism that makes the city function. I suppose that makes sense. We need to go back so I can tell Kirith. Damn. I can't believe I let a stupid argument cut my sister out of this. She should have been here. Not that I don't appreciate your help, mind you, but Kirith and we're a team. It does, doesn't it? I'm not sure how to proceed. The complexities of social interaction are Kirith's speciality, not mine. She's my sister and we're a team. We work well together, but she did use some harsh, hurtful words. What do you think?
Both of these are kind of like the same thing, essentially.
You're right. I can be the bigger person and apologize. I am her older and smarter brother, after all. Let's return to the Brass Fortress. Perhaps you can talk to her first and see how Kirith is doing. She's probably lost and distraught without me.
I want that thing in my house. The transmutations. It's like 4,000 crowns, but it's so nice. It moves. It's animated. I want one. All they have to do is add a way shrine to your house, and I will never be in a main city again.
There you are. I was worried sick about you.
I need a break.
Did everything go all right? You didn't run into any trouble, did you? Raynor requires constant supervision, especially around ruins and other ancient places. He's extremely smart, but he has few practical skills and he's easily distracted. He does he? Well, I have a few words for Raynor as well. We're partners, and partners don't abandon each other when the going gets rough. Anyway, thanks for making sure he got back here safe and sound. I appreciate it.
Kirith, well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have stormed off like that. I blame all this metal. I think I'm getting a rash.
Alright, sweet. So one thing I wanted to get was the Sky Shard over here, but I'm not exactly sure how. I know it's like on the upper level, but I'm not sure where.
I have many functions to help you with your purchases.
If I were a Sky Shard, where would I be?
All right, Iron Bolts. Let's run through it one more time.
What am I running through?
Inventory, of course.
This game. I don't know where to go. I just want the Sky Shard one time. There has to be another way up, yeah? Could this be the secret way? Of course not. I don't know how to get there. Well, anyway, let's go talk to the associate Xanon.